Hello and welcome to OverShadow ShadowCast with your host
ShadowCast.
Thomas Anderson and maybe the Mutnukneft. And Abacafish Fernvabum.
What are you saying? What?
Because as I was about to say your name, you shouted and it totally threw me off. And then I tried to say Abigail Mowat and said Abafinzag. Abagavenni.
You sound like the chef from the Muppets.
The Swedish one.
Yeah. The one with the
Hello,
real hands.
I was just going for a swim.
It took me so long to actually realize that he had real hands. He didn't have Muppet hands. He had real hands. That is bizarre. It's freaky.
Don't judge.
Do you know what season it'll be soon?
Winter.
It'll be Christmas, and it'll be socially acceptable to watch Muppets Christmas Carol.
Sorry, why does it need to be socially acceptable? Are you watching it in the middle of the street?
No.
Just watch it in your
It's
house.
not like I'm going to watch it in the middle of the year.
Why?
Because it's not Christmas.
So that's not
You have to
socially
watch
acceptable
Christmas-
then. It's seasonally appropriate.
I did actually eat a piece of Christmas food a couple days ago.
Christmas food.
Yes.
What food?
Stolen?
Say that again.
Stolen?
Okay.
Stalin?
Stalin.
Stolen. Like the sweet treat. Cake. Christmas cake.
I know it's a cake. I'm trying to look up how you... Stolen. Len. Yes. Disgusting. However,
Delicious.
it's very much like is it a panna cotta? Bread filled with things.
No, that panna cotta is a yogurt. Is like a cream yogurty dessert type of thing. I think it's a set pudding. It's a set cream thing. You're thinking of panettone.
That's the one, panettone. Yep. Yeah, that's right.
I think.
No, you are. I'll double check to make sure that panettone. Yeah, you're right. Disgusting.
I'm not a fan of panettone, but I do like the stolen.
You know what I've always wanted to try?
What?
Strudel.
Yes. Not for me.
Why?
I don't know. I do like sweet things, but I also really, really love savory stuff. If I've got a really nice savory thing, I'll eat a nice savory thing over a nice sweet thing any day of the week.
That's why you and I keep falling out, because I'm so sweet.
And I'm so savory.
Savioury. You have a saviour complex, and I say nice things to lots of people. To be honest, let's be honest, right? It's probably the other way around. Yeah, I have a saviour complex, but I'm very rude, and you're very nice.
I am nice. When I want to be.
Which is all of the time.
No, sometimes I just scream obscenities into a pillow.
But that's...
For 10 minutes a day.
Yeah, that's... Okay, apart from that being a breakdown, that's not a judge of your character as much as your mental health state. But the point is that you're not being rude to the pillow.
Stop it, pillow!
You could do that to a person, and that would be rude, but you don't, because you're very nice.
I can just imagine standing less than a foot from somebody, just start screaming at them. Probably can't do that anymore, but I'm sure, like before COVID and all that kind of stuff.
But, you know, like...
You probably couldn't do it back then either, actually. I don't know why I said before COVID you could go up to somebody less than a foot.
You couldn't just, like, be within licking distance of their nose and start screaming. But, no, like, my family knows you, and they're all very, you know, supportive of your lifestyle choice.
What, to be nice?
Yeah. They very much appreciate that. I think it's because they've been around me just going, what are you talking about? You're not bigger, you're fat. What are you going on about? And then they get all angry.
Do you call me fat around your family?
No. Well.
Why are you thinking? Why do you need to think?
Because I don't use the word fat as an insult. So no, I don't call you fat as in, well, she's fat. But I do use it as an actual term because it's correct. Somebody has fat tissue, they are fat.
Everybody's got fat tissue.
Okay, if they have an excessive amount. But you don't have an excessive amount anymore. You've done a lot of work over the past. No, you don't. You've done a lot. No, you don't.
I'm still classified as obese.
Then you and I have to have a talk. But you were morbid. You were morbidly obese when we met.
Thank you.
You were morbid, just wandering around with your face
No,
chipping
I was
you.
morbid. I genuinely remember sitting in the car once, and my sister and her friend were in the back seat. My dad was driving, and they were chatting about something, and I said, "Just let me go into my spiral of depression, please." And then he couldn't stop laughing. He's like, "I'm spiral of depression."
Yeah. I may have mentioned if we were discussing, my mother likes when she sees you in the street every now and again, she likes to pay compliment to how much weight you've lost.
Thank you. I like stopping and speaking to your mum in the street.
Well, it's interesting because she can barely hear, so you're probably saying, I like the weather and the ducklings are out. Yes, bananas are good, aren't they?
Mum does understand what I'm saying.
No, but you're one of the few people that she does. But she does like to say that you've lost an awful lot and you're looking really, really good. So, we'll talk about it. And so it's, I might say, yes, she was very fat. Now she's not very fat. But that's an identification of you putting in a hell of a lot of hard work. That's all that is.
Yeah.
It's not a negative
Canteen
thing.
food has not been my friend, though. Because it's too yummy and it's very full of calories, and all I'm doing is sitting for almost 5 days a week now.
That's
and
true.
Winter's coming.
What?
Winter's coming, which means I want more food. Which means I have to go to the gym more.
I'm wondering whether or not I'll lose some weight because of the fact I actually seem to have managed to fix my sleeping pattern.
Yeah, but that is a big thing. If you don't sleep properly, you put on weight. I don't know why that is, but yeah.
It's most likely because your body is running on emergency systems, so...
Quite possibly.
It's just like, this is what we do when there's a problem. Let's pack as much in. Whereas I have been, getting into a bit of a better routine. I'm still exhausted because I'm not falling asleep at the right times all the time, but I'm waking up at the right time every day now. That's been over a week.
I'm trying to go to bed no later than 10 o'clock, because before I was staying up till like midnight and getting up at like 5:30, and that was just absolutely wrecking my brain. And it was wrecking my mood as well.
Unfortunately for me, I'm falling asleep. I'm falling asleep anywhere from like 11 to 7 in the morning. I just can't get the sleeping part right, but the waking up part is working.
Good.
So I've just got to keep that up.
Well, I think there was one night where I was asleep by like 9 o'clock and I woke up at like 6 a.m. the next day, and I never felt so rested in my entire life. I honestly could not remember the last time I was that well rested.
I've never woken up and felt rested. It's just the way I am. What's the longest you've ever slept for as a set of hours? This isn't a gaming podcast anymore. This is just two mates using a podcast to talk.
I have 12 hours, I think.
Oh, I've done more than that. Would you like to know?
24.
No, 17.
I know people that have slept for over 24 hours.
See, they must be taking into account getting up and going for a wee. Because your bladder can't... They must have been very dehydrated then, because your bladder can't hold that.
I was speaking to somebody once, and they said that...
Or maybe it can.
They fell asleep. They came home from school, and they fell asleep. This was on a Friday, I think it was. They came home, they fell asleep about 4. And then they woke up and the clock read about 5. And they were, I've slept for an hour. And it was 5 o'clock the next day. They were that exhausted from it, from the entire week.
Wow.
I missed the wow you said.
Wow. Anyway, what have you been playing?
The only thing I played this week was a 20-minute game with yourself of the Witcher board game thing.
Yes, but you managed to win again.
And I'd actually forgotten about that. And then I had to remember it just then. And all I can remember is the fact that you were so angry at the end.
Yeah. I wasn't angry at you, though.
It felt like it.
No, I wasn't.
Basically, I was...
Solid. Solid.
Chair?
What do you have in a fence? You have a...
Nail?
To go from one
Fence.
side of the fence to the other, you put what in it?
A gate.
Right, not a jate, a gate. Try again.
Gerard.
That's just the
Geralt.
wrong name. Go.
Geralt.
Geralt.
Why do I keep thinking it's Gerard? What thing? Stop touching your microphone. All I can hear is...
I think it might maybe just the news in the background because of Steven Gerrard being the Rangers manager.
No, I'm thinking Gerard.
Gerrard.
Gerard.
That's not a name.
Neither's Garrett.
That's not Gerrard. That's not his name either.
What's his name?
We just said it.
The entire season of the show, and I can't remember his name. Gerard.
No.
Gerard.
No. There's one R and one L.
Geralt.
Yes.
Geralt.
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 Geralt. That guy.
Yeah.
The one, what's his face? The one Superman plays.
Right, yeah.
Him.
Mhm.
Henry Cavill.
Yep. You're playing his Henry Cavill, and I was the
I'm
dwarf.
playing the Henry Cavill.
Yep.
And you're playing the Gimli.
Yep, I'm Gimli. Continue.
And I won.
You were behind the entire game, and then
Yeah, I was.
there was a... I still don't know if I clicked the wrong button or if there was a bug, but I got
Stop
offered
touching the microphone.
Sorry, I got offered the basically the ability to win, and then it just disappeared from in front of me.
It must
Don't
have
know
been
what happened.
something, a card I must have drawn or something that I activated. That's the only thing I could think of. With
And then you
Geralt.
were 70,000 points behind me, and then you just somehow
No.
started getting handed them like 3 at a time rather than 1 at a time, and I'm sitting there going, what is going on here? And then you...
I was level 5, you were level 7.
No, it's not level, it's points.
Well, no, there was like a number 5 and a number 7.
Points.
Okay, well, I had 5 points, you had 7 points.
Yeah.
And then I had 17.
No,
Yes, I did.
you had 14.
I thought I ended up with 17.
No.
Oh, well. I'm thinking, I know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you needed 2 7s to reach mine, so that's why I'm thinking 17.
Point was that...
Tommy slowly losing the will to live.
Yeah, because basically, then you handed in the quest, and I thought, right, I can catch you. As soon as I hand mine in, it'll be a turn or so, and I'll overtake you again. And then the game just went, oh, that's it, 1 round and done.
Because there's a time limit on it.
I don't think it was. I think it was a quest limit of 1 major quest, and that was it.
Oh, I don't know if I can change that. I don't think I can.
I think it's counted as the number of rounds or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Because I think... Excuse me. I think in the board game, it's 3 rounds, and then you're done.
Right.
I play a version where you just keep playing till you get bored, and all you do is cycle the pieces, the markers around the points to tell you who's got what. You just cycle those round over and over again.
Yeah.
And just take a note of how many times somebody's got to 100, basically.
So I was basically playing as Jeremiah, and
It's Geraldine.
Jeremy, Gareth,
Gimli.
I already made that joke.
You made it about the dwarf. I'd make it about the human.
So yeah, I was playing as Geralt. Geralt seems to have that is right, isn't it? Okay, thank you. I just wanted to double check that. So Geralt, I think, kind of has like unfair advantage. I think a lot for battling monsters.
Yeah.
So I did suggest I'll play as a different character. I won't play as the dwarf. What's his name?
Ogren.
Okay, well I won't play as him, but I might play as one of the other two.
No, keep playing as that character. You're enjoying it. Keep playing it. It's fine.
I'll play as a different character.
Yeah, it's fine. I just need to get used to it. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's basically, just to finish off there, it's the electronic version of the Witcher adventure board game.
Yeah.
It's good.
It takes a while to kind of understand if you've never played something like that before, because I had never played anything like that before.
The rules are, oh my god.
Yeah, I don't really. I just click stuff and see what happens. That is my way of winning. What does this button do? You've won! Yay! Tommy, who knows how to play the game, loses.
Thanks very much.
Tommy, who's played the game for many years, loses. Abigail, who's got no idea what she's doing, wins.
I'm upset.
Have I just put you in a funk?
No, but what we're going to do is move on.
I've got nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, but I do, so we're moving on.
Fine.
I've been playing a lot more Divinity with my Blood. We've been able to put in about 6 hours in the past couple of days. And
that's a fair amount.
Yeah, we've gotten to the point where we're really comfortable with the game. We're really comfortable with what we're doing. We know what we're doing. Simple as that. We know what we're doing. And we're starting to get into fights where it's not looking good for us at the beginning, but we know what we're doing, so we work it out and it's not a problem. Example of one was a fight we got into with some pretty tough guys. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 enemies on top of this like platform, like skeleton enemies.
Yeah.
And there had been like slightly open gates, stairs going up, then this platform with 2 big thrones with these 2 giant skeletons on them, and then other ones appeared and would attack. When they appeared, there's a gap between them appearing and the fight starting. So we ran away to the bottom of the stairs behind the gate to funnel them through. They never turned up. So I went up and activated it with my character, and my brother and my other character stayed behind to form an ambush or a choke point.
Yeah.
Fight started. They couldn't hit me because they kept attacking, but I'm halfway down the stairs and they're on the platform, so they're just shooting the ground.
Right, okay.
Maybe a bit of an AI problem there. And then...
Sounds like it.
Well, either way, they wouldn't be able to attack because they'd either use the AP to run up further or to shoot the ground, so it's worth a go, I suppose. But then what happened was I ran back in my turn and got into position, and they came down the stairs, and I thought, do you know what would have been great? See if we put a couple of oil barrels there. My brother had...
set them on fire?
Yes, my brother was using a fire staff in one character and 2 fire ones in the other. If he hits the oil barrel, boom, and massive damage. So I checked my secondary character, and she had an oil barrel in her inventory.
Ooh.
So I ran her...
Did we blow some stuff up?
Yes, they'd all come down the stairs, so I ran into the middle of the group, put the barrel down, ran away again. My brother hit it with his wands. Boom. One guy at full health who was in front of the fire. The main bad guy boss was behind the fire, and everybody else was in the fire. So they had 2 guys on less than a quarter, and 2 who died straight as soon as they tried to do anything.
That's insane. That's a pretty decent attack.
There was actually 3 died. 1 died straight away, 2 died as soon as they tried to do anything, and 2 survived. But as they tried to walk out, they took a lot more damage. So there was one full health in front, so we just started chipping away at that. The other two, we'd hit them a couple of times and they died. I think one actually just died of burning in a turn afterwards. One... No, sorry, two survived. We had to hit them, we had to kill them. And the main boss guy didn't wait, he just came charging through the fire, so when he got through the other side, he'd lost a third of his health already. And what happened was, I got it on I recorded this, he ran forward, he stood in some ice that was right in front of my character, and fell on his bottom.
That is humiliating.
He ran forward, and it's not like, oh, I fell over. They do the whole feet out from under them, straight up in the air, then down thing. And he's a big skeleton thing, and it was just funny. It was
that's even worse.
It was so funny because he'd run through the fire just to hit the ice and then fall over on it. It was so funny.
Do you remember doing that as a kid, like falling, butt first onto some ice?
No, I never fell.
Oh, it is so painful.
I didn't fall on my bottom either. I'd fall on my side.
Oh no, I did that many a time where my feet would go on for me and I just like fall flat on my bum, and it was so painful.
Did you have a big bum?
Yes.
That would have protected you.
But it was still so painful.
But I would have fallen on my bottom and broken a bone because I had a small bum.
Yeah, it was still painful.
So it's good that I landed on my side and didn't break any bones. Are you saying
you didn't hit your head on the way down?
Exactly. That's a good thing, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes. But you didn't hit your head.
Thank you. We shall again move on. I will talk at greater length about Divinity when I've got into the new second area. There's no point in rehashing. That was a funny story, but we'll just leave it for now. We have 2 stories to talk about. Are you ready?
Yes, I've got no idea what they are.
GTA 6, there's been some talk that, been a bit of a rumour and all that sort of stuff, that November will result in the release of GTA 6's first trailer.
What month did you say? Sorry, November?
November. And that the map will be 3 times bigger than GTA 5.
Ooh, because GTA 5's got a pretty big map.
But I've got to say this, GTA has a big map that's functional.
Yes.
Because you're in a car.
Yeah, there's no point where, from what I've experienced, I honestly don't know if there's any more of GTA 5 map to unlock. I don't think there is.
No.
But it's been a while since I played that, actually. You never feel like there's nothing, if that makes any sense. Like, it doesn't matter where you are, you always feel like there's something to do.
Yeah, it actually feels like a full world. Like you could just sit and watch things, like people walking by and going about their business. GTA's always done that well, where you can just have a look at people walking along the street and it's somehow still entertaining. A lot of other games don't do that right, because the people, they don't go about their business, they sort of just mill about in the same area.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a city, you need people going from A to B, not in A going around in a circle.
Always a circle.
I'd say that the modern Assassin's Creed, so at Origin for me, the last one I played, didn't do that very well. They seem to just be wandering around in a circle. Whereas I think the original ones, like 2 was my favourite one, and it's just like, they're going places, man. They're going places.
You're going places.
Thanks very much. The other thing I noticed about GTA is that November is supposed to be the drop for the remaster of 3 Vice City and San Andreas.
It's really far away. I thought
it could be. I might have misread that. It might be November 2022, but no, I've been hearing that it's dropping this November.
Maybe I misread it then. No, I think it definitely. Yeah, you're right, because I think it definitely said this year, and there's not that much of this year left.
Nope.
Which is really scary.
Yeah. And pre-Christmas that's a pretty good time.
Yeah, if there's one time to drop a game, that's when it is.
And especially a nostalgic game, like a remaster.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a hint, is it?
No. Insiders have claimed GTA 6 won't be released until 2025. That makes perfect sense.
Feels like such a long way away.
Well, that would be 12 years after GTA 5 got released.
That's insane.
So GTA 5 came out when like early 20s for most of the people I know.
Yeah.
It'll be mid 30s by the time the sequel comes out.
Whoa.
So if a teenager sits down to play GTA 6, like you're talking about somebody who was probably not born when something like Vice City came out, or GTA 3 came out, or just a baby. And you're talking about somebody who... Well, hold on, wait a minute. No, I'm wrong. A teenager sitting down to play that would have been born in 2010, so I'm completely right. The only GTA game they would have been alive for is GTA 5.
Yeah. Do you know what's really depressing?
What?
I heard somebody refer to as a Magic Roundabout movie as an old movie the other day. Wasn't an old movie.
No. It's sort of like saying it's an old book. Old book, that applies to something that was written in like the 15th century. We still use that properly. But when you're talking about old movies, they're talking about the original Space Jam. That's not an old movie. Casablanca's an old movie. Gone with the Wind's an old movie. The Wizard of Oz is an old movie. My favourite movie is an old movie.
Depends.
What?
Depends on what kind of old movie it is.
I don't understand. No, what? Surely
you're talking about like classic cinema.
Yeah, like 30s to 50s.
1950s.
The Apartment.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic movie. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. Fantastic movie.
I hate that. I hate that movie. I've seen it 4 times. I hate that movie.
I like it.
The songs are fun. The songs are brilliant. But the entire premise is creepy as anything.
No, it is, but it's creepy in a completely manageable human manner. They don't actually take advantage of the women. They don't actually throw themselves upon them. They just sort of like act out in a almost period appropriate manner.
Syndrome.
No, I don't buy that. They're not treated anywhere near badly enough for that. The women, if you actually watch it, are essentially in control. The men are very respectful when it comes to actually go. Like they give them like the house and leave the house, don't they? At one point and sleep in the barn.
Yeah, that's only because like the alpha females.
Yes, but that's the point. That's the point. If you actually look at the dynamics for the setting that they have devised, it's remarkably fair. You know?
Yeah.
That's the point I'm getting at. It's make-believe. Nobody's actually saying it's okay to kidnap 7 women.
I get
but
that.
The point is that in that make-believe environment, they treat each other really well.
Imagine being trapped somewhere for like 9 months.
It's called the womb. Oh, that deserved a laugh. Come on. That was good. That was quick.
Huh.
Oh. Anyway, that's the GTA stuff.
I do like Gone with the Wind. Also Cleopatra. Two of the longest movies in history.
I like Ben-Hur.
Have I? I've never seen the start of that movie. I've only ever seen it from the point where he's on the boat or so. He gets like adopted. He's on the boat and he gets adopted or something.
Right.
I've only seen that from that part.
Okay.
Never seen the start of that movie.
I've
now got the songs from Seven Brides for Seven Brothers stuck in my head.
I don't.
The one at the end, like the springtime one.
For Hitler and Germany. Winter for Poland and France.
That's the producers. Do you prefer the original or the remake?
Producers. I've never seen the original.
The one of Gene Wilder?
No, I've never seen it.
I don't know. They're both good movies, but for different reasons.
You seen Blazing Saddles?
Yes, I have.
I think that chess piece trick is actually real.
I'd have to rewatch that part. I can't really remember that off the top of my head.
I mean, I don't think he throws his hand across the table that quickly, but I think he does a magic trick and he ends up with a piece.
Yeah.
I loved
You ever...
I love the use of the word that I'm not allowed to say because I'm white. I thought that was really well done. It was a good demonstration of how that word can be used properly.
I can't remember that much of that movie.
The sheriff, they're giving him racist abuse for being the sheriff because he's black.
Oh yeah.
And he pulls the gun out and points it at his head and says, "Right, everybody stay calm."
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The black individual gets it.
Yeah.
And he's pointing the gun at himself.
It was a brilliant movie. Very funny. The scene around the campfire though, I always fast forward because I'm like that's just totally unnecessary.
I like the one where he's hiring all the bad guys and he ends up with like the KKK and stuff like that, and then the camera pans back and the two Nazis are at the back waiting to be hired as the bad guys. Apparently there was a joke that was removed from it that was in it originally, and who's the guy who wrote it again?
Mel Gibson. That's wrong.
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks.
He originally wrote a joke, during the scene where the sheriff is eating sausages with the dancer.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're talking about the big sausage.
Yeah.
And the joke that was removed was originally a comment about how the myth about certain races of people with certain anatomical characteristics is invented. It's not real. And the joke was removed because it was... Well, I actually thought the joke should have remained. I thought it was a really good point to make. But I think it was removed because at that time, because this would have been the 70s, I think, early 80s, when somebody's downtrodden, you don't take the good things they've got and throw them in the bin, if you see what I mean. Like women were always able to slap men because they were perceived as weaker.
Yeah.
But now that we realise that's not the case, we don't let women do that anymore. You can't set a societal expectation at anything other than 0. You see what I mean?
Oh.
If you say that society, if you say that, say for example, the beauty standard is that women are all fat, then non-fat women aren't sexy, so they must feel pretty bad about that. If you say the beauty standard is thin, then non-thin women must feel pretty bad about that because they don't feel sexy. So the beauty standard should be healthy as possible, because disabled people can be sexy. They'll look after themselves as well as they can. If you don't set it as low as possible, you start excluding people. And anybody can be pretty.
I don't think there should be a standard full stop.
There should be a standard, because I might find kindness pretty. People should be kind. Fine. No, but people should be kind. That's a bare minimum standard. You should be kind to the person you're with. You should be respectful. You shouldn't be abusive, controlling, manipulative. You shouldn't be coercive. You shouldn't be anything like that. You should be kind, respectful. You should listen to their wishes. You should try and connect with them on whatever level you're playing on. That's a bare minimum. Because the actual beauty standard is, if we're going to edge into feminism, the actual beauty standard is imposed by women, not men.
Yeah, because it was women who originally created all the magazines and everything like that. It's women who normally created all of the outfits and all this kind of stuff. The ad campaigns. Yeah. No, it was men that invented all of that.
No. I can go outside and I can design anything I want. It doesn't become a societal norm until society wants it and buys it. Those ad campaigns, those fashions and those magazines, who buys them?
Women.
Right, and that's what enforces it. Not the fact those things exist. Fascism exists. We don't all sign up to it. So it's not the societal norm. The societal norm is what people do. And if women buy that stuff, then that's the norm. And they're the ones creating it. Because if they stopped buying it, it would go away. The fashion people made the fashions because women would buy them. The advertisement people did the advertising because they know women would pay attention. I don't like those people, but they didn't create the standard. Women did. They just saw it and used it. I don't like that, but you can't say they created it because they didn't. They're more like parasites.
But you've also got you've got people back in more. This was more back in like 30, 40 years ago plus. You have saying that this is what your woman should be like, and men expecting this. But if they see this kind of imagery from a young age, then they expect it.
Sorry, can you run that one past me again?
If you've got young men like seeing images of like women acting a certain way, in the domestic way, then
so the modern equivalent would be TikTok videos.
I don't know what the modern equivalent would be, but I'm saying that this was a learned behavior. This was a behavior that was created over an expanse of time, and it's taken a long time for people to realize that's not what it's about.
Right. The issue you've got there is if that young men were seeing this standard that was being pushed by, as I just said, women, they were learning from that and they weren't creating it. Also, the vast majority of men now don't believe that's accurate.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that may be the case, but it's taken a heck of a long time for people to realise that.
Right, but the beauty standard still exists and it's still pushed by women, like it always was.
Yes, that is a problem.
I don't like what?
Fake.
Thank you. What's
I had to
fake?
think about that.
Fake nails, fake hair, makeup, which is just you painting somebody else's face on yours. Fake implants of all different... It's all fake. Paint a face on top of yours. I can't see your face. So you're hiding it. So that's a lie.
See that as being a lie. That is literally just somebody who likes makeup. I like makeup. I wear makeup.
You can like it however much you want. But if a man says to you that he prefers you without it, or he thinks you look lovely without it, or you don't need it, you might turn around and say to him, well, it's not about you. I prefer blah, blah. But he's just telling you a nice thing. And you cannot condemn men for the beauty standard, but also condemning them when they tackle it. The occasional bit of makeup for a special occasion, knock yourself out, hen. Every single day, because you can't bear people to see your actual face, that's a problem. And if I'm going to stand up and say that's a ridiculous beauty standard, don't then blame me for the beauty standard. When you turn around and say, no, you're not allowed to think that. It's not about you. Well, if it's not about me, beauty standard's not my fault, you're stopping me doing anything about it, what can I do? I'm going over here and I'm going to eat a sandwich. Don't worry, you don't have to make it, I will.
Yeah, I think this is got dragged on for too long. I don't necessarily believe that now there's a problem with it being pushed by men, but I think at one point there was.
I think men were involved in the start of it, or the commercialization. Yes, no, the commercialization of the beauty standard and then the pushing of it. I get that. You know, I mean, like it's the exact same thing as climate change. They saw a way to make themselves money and be damn whoever got hurt. That's all it is. It's the same thing as that. It wasn't sexism, it was just capitalism. It was rampant, uncontrolled capitalism with no injection of humanity or morality or ethics. I'm not telling you can't wear nice clothes. I'm asking you not to buy too many because it's bad for the environment, but you can wear nice clothes. You can do whatever. I'm just asking you don't paint another face on your face because your face is fine.
If she says, I still like to wear makeup.
You'd have to ask why.
What if she just likes it? What if she thinks it's pretty?
Why is she not pretty?
But what if she thinks it's also pretty?
But why is she never showing her face if both are pretty?
Sometimes maybe she just wants to wear makeup.
And that's why I said special occasions, just off days where you feel like using it, of course. But if you have to put it on every single day, there's something wrong with your face. Or there's something wrong with something wrong with your view of your face.
Or there's just people that like makeup and like experimenting with fun colors. Like with eye makeup and things like that. That's
Yes.
what I was like.
Mm-hmm.
I wear makeup almost every single day
Are you
before
wearing
lockdown.
Are you wearing makeup right now?
No, I'm not, because I've been busy all day. I've had other things to do.
Could you go to the shops looking like you do? Could you go to university and college looking like you do? Could you go to
Yes.
work? Could you go on a date?
Yes.
Then that's fine. That's you choosing to wear it when you feel like, because it's a thing. Just like I'm going to choose to wear a hat one day and not another. That's fine.
Yeah,
But if you have to put this stuff on, if you have to layer it on so thick I can't even see the contours of your own face, that's wrong. There's something wrong there. If you're trying to use makeup to make it look like you've got bones in different places, you don't like your own face. You think it has imperfections you're using that to make up for and fix.
Or they could just like it.
Well, I've had women describe my face as pretty. Very few of them have ever tried to put makeup on it. Is that you just telling me that I'm prettier than all women because I don't need to wear makeup? So that's what I'm saying to you is, like, why is it that men can be pretty but they don't need makeup, but women say, oh no, I need this to be pretty?
Some men do wear makeup.
Yes, they do. But women don't make them do it. Women only make themselves do it. If makeup is part of the beauty standard, and it is, and you're saying that it's self-inflicted, the beauty standard problem has to be fixed by women deciding that they don't need to pretend their lips are a different colour.
I thought you had frozen. Sorry, I thought the screen had frozen there for a second.
That's all I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with doing it every now and again, or for a specific thing or reason, or hey, it's Halloween, white, black on the lips, I'm a witch. You know, whatever. But if you're having to do that every day to look good, if you can't just turn up like famous people, why can't a woman just turn up with her actual face?
She's because either people would say that she looks old.
She's either making a statement or she's covered in makeup to look pretty.
Yeah.
It's on women. And as soon as they turn up and somebody calls them out for being old or ugly or wears the makeup, that's when society backs that woman up and goes, what are you talking about, pal? You've got to give us that opportunity. Because you're not. And then you're blaming us for the beauty standard, and it's just nonsense. Give us that opportunity to say, hold on a minute, that woman is 53 years old, she looks bang tidy.
Don't know what to say to that.
Do you think I'm right? Do you think maybe men could use more of an opportunity to help?
I think neither party should be shut down.
That does not answer the question remotely.
I don't know.
Do you think if that happened, men would come out and help?
Yes.
Do you think, therefore, men should be given that opportunity and the next step is for women to say, do you know what? I'm just going to be my face.
I'm just going to be my face.
Yeah. Rather than something else on top, I'm just going to be my face.
I think that there needs to be a system in place that allows everybody to have equal footing and being able to talk about things openly without just shutting another person down.
I mean, I agree, but I'm not entirely sure what it has to do with my question. You said that you think the beauty standard now is enforced by women. So I'm saying to you...
I think it's enforced by beauty companies. I think it's enforced by makeup companies.
Yes, and when it comes to if you were claiming one gender or the other, it's women now, not men.
I think it's whoever buys the beauty products.
Women. So my point is...
but men also buy them.
No, enough of that. Statistically, it's women. Come on. Right? So my point is...
I
get it. But statistically, that's women, right?
Okay.
It could be me. I grew up around a woman who didn't feel the need to put that stuff on all the time. It was just a special occasion, right? So maybe it's just me being one-sided on that. Maybe it's just biased the way I was raised. But if it's women that are enforcing that by and large, but you keep blaming men to fix it, maybe you need to give us a chance. Maybe some women need to start taking the risk of looking like actual human beings and giving us the opportunity to back them up.
It'd be interesting to see everybody go makeup free. See what would actually happen.
It doesn't have to be permanent. It's just, every now, just... I think we need less makeup. It doesn't have to be everybody's wandering around all the time like that. It's just, if it's something that you enjoy, do it on a special occasion. But as soon as it becomes an everyday thing, then it becomes work. Nobody enjoys brushing their teeth. That's a piece of work you have to do.
I do.
If you're sitting there putting on, you know what I mean? It's not a roller coaster ride of entertainment. Where if you're sitting there putting on makeup every day, that's because you have to.
No, it's not because you have to. It's because you want to.
You can't say that. You can't say that it's because you want to and then complain there's a beauty standard. You just can't. It's one or the other.
Well, there are some people who will say that there's a beauty standard. Some people who say that, well, I mean...
Right, I know you're towing the line here between the two quite miraculously, but that doesn't mean they're right. They can say whatever they want. What's the actual answer? What's the actual universal truth of the question?
Same with anything. Everything's a problem. The whole fashion industry is a problem. If we stop buying it, then people would change it. But the problem is they don't, because we need clothes. I could say that the technology industry is bad because, hey, who wants to spend £700 on a new mobile phone? Yet people will still go out there because they want to have the latest new thing. People will complain about the beauty industry, but yes, there is a massive problem because we spend more on the beauty industry in this entire world per year than we do on anything, including trying to cure cancer, HIV, AIDS, or all this kind of stuff. I believe that's a massive problem. I also want I missed out the fact that we've got enough clothing on this planet to last the next 6 generations, yet every year we churn out even more.
That's my point.
What we should be doing is we should not care about the latest trends. You could, if you want, you could like the latest trends, or you could try and find used clothes that also fit that trend. But hey ho, fashion gets recycled like once every 7 years. Corduroy came back for a while. Corduroy was a massive thing when I was a kid.
No, do you know what really has bothered me?
Corduroy.
It's the return of the 90s fashion with the square-toed shoes. No. We both
let it
hate
be
that.
left in the 90s.
Leave them behind.
Low-riding
you look terrible.
jeans. Do you remember low-riding jeans? The fact that nobody over the size of back then an 8 could wear it. I am somebody who will buy makeup. I think I've got about 6 eyeshadow palettes, big ones, and they were on sale, but they would have been expensive. The reason I buy it is because I like pretty colors to put on my eyes. I have got numerous amounts of mascara, lipsticks, all this kind of stuff because I like.
But that's sort of the point.
I like color.
That's sort of the point I'm getting at. Is there's a difference between makeup, because you have to wear it every single day, going for the natural look or whatever it is, and the idea of wearing makeup in a sort of almost cosplay type manner. Like I can put on clothes and make myself look like a whatever, and you can put on makeup and say, oh look, these are red, these are green, these are purple, whatever. But there's a difference between that and I need to put this on every single day before I go outside.
When I was working, I wore makeup every day because I liked it. I felt like I was more professional. It actually changed my viewpoint on the day.
Yeah, but
genuinely.
That's sort of the point, is that there's nothing more professional about literally going in with a sort of more human-looking clown face. Because that's all it is. You've just changed the colours from what a clown would do.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
What I did was to me, it altered my viewpoint, because I even found myself having that mindset because I actually wore makeup to college twice last week, and it actually really did improve my mood, and it improved how I felt. I felt more productive during the day.
And that's fine, but you should then try and look into why, because maybe there's a way that you can simply do that rather than have to paint your face. Because if you need to do something, you really need to make sure that that's a problem. If you can't feel happy without doing a certain thing, you really need to really decide for yourself exactly how.
I did feel happy. No. Sorry, no, it wasn't that it made me feel less happy.
You said it changed your mood.
like
You mean
more
motivation,
motivating,
alertness,
more.
attention?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that before in women as well, where they full face of makeup, dress fancy, high heels, just to sort of like be alert during the day. But that sounds like you need more sleep.
When guys put a suit on, they feel more professional.
Yeah, I find that weird as well.
Well, if I'm wearing like I'm wearing quite like everyday clothes to make me feel a bit more relaxed. Because it's technically the weekend, even though I've done nothing but work all weekend.
My only issue is that, like, as a teacher, obviously I wouldn't because that's wrong, but I could teach a set of students as well in my pants as I could in almost anything else. Put me in a boiler
Well, that's the
suit.
same argument. That's the same argument for why they keep school uniforms.
What?
It's the same argument for why they keep school uniforms.
No, it's not. Nobody ever
No, it
said
is.
school uniform should be pants. You need to explain what you mean by that, because I can't add that together like that.
When they say students need to have a school uniform because it keeps them it makes them feel more professional.
Never heard that before. I understand what you're saying, but I've just never heard it.
I remember reading up about it.
My reasoning behind a school uniform is you need to be able to look at a child in the street and know where it came from.
No. Could be homeschooled.
That's the point. If he's wearing a school blazer, you know he's no homeschooled. So if a kid goes missing from a school and you need to get the police involved, somebody can say, I saw him walking past the street at 3 o'clock. I thought it was weird the schools weren't out yet.
Who knows?
That's the point, is that identification. You get them all wearing a uniform because then they don't compete with each other as much.
Maybe. I don't know.
Also, see, wearing makeup just for the purpose of getting yourself in a certain mood is not the same as wearing makeup to look pretty. That's not a beauty standard, is it?
If you would like to hear more, you could always subscribe to the channel. You can hit the notification button for when we upload, the like button. Email us at overshadow.shadowcast@gmail.com, or you can comment down below. That'd be fantastic. And we hope that you guys come back next week. Thank you guys so much for listening. Good night.
Bye-bye.